In the vast savanna environment, hyenas often appear at the intersections of predators and prey. Encounters occur when food sources, territory, or offspring are threatened in the open space. The following sequence of events illustrates how hyenas utilize numbers, timing, and location to exert pressure in each confrontation. In the savannas of Serengeti National Park and Kruger National Park, wild dogs move in packs and use their long-range vision to track prey. Open space helps them maintain formation as they approach their target. Once they occupy a hunting area, the pack positions itself, allowing them to detect and react to surrounding movement, facilitating approaches from the edges of the area. From the edge of the field, a hyena approaches slowly, maintaining a distance to observe the wild dog pack's formation. It changes direction and waits for a moment when the pack's attention is diverted. As the distance narrows, the hyena closes in to gain a position, but encounters resistance from multiple wild dogs, turning the situation into a direct confrontation. During the confrontation, the wild dog pack closes in short bursts, forcing the hyena to turn to avoid being cornered. The pressure causes the hyena to lose its position and turn towards the nearby water. The match concluded with the hyenas leaving, while the wild dogs held the area. After the outcome was determined, it was evident that the wild dogs maintained their effectiveness through teamwork and consistent pressure. The hyenas were quick to react, but were limited when confined in open space. The match ended with the wild dogs regaining control of the area, while the hyenas failed to maintain their original positions. Amidst the vast grasslands of the Serengeti, lions are adapted to open environments where their long-distance vision aids in tracking prey and group coordination. This is a common habitat for lions in Africa, especially when herds of wildebeest move across the grasslands. When controlling territory and open spaces, lions can detect movement from close range. From the edge of that area, a herd of hyenas approaches and maintains a distance to observe the lion's movements. They circle, change direction, and wait for the right moment to close in. When a male lion enters their range, more than 20 hyenas form a circle and apply pressure from multiple directions. As the circle narrows, the lion constantly turns to counter the approaching directions. The hyenas maintain an approach and withdraw tactic, reducing the lion's ability to hold its position. The situation changed when another lion appeared, and the two lions stood close together and held their positions, forcing the hyenas to leave the area. Once the outcome was determined, it was evident that the hyenas used their numerical advantage to maintain constant pressure. The lions held the upper hand by holding their positions and coordinating effectively within their familiar territory. The battle ended with the hyenas leaving the area and the two lions maintaining control. In the mixed vegetation savanna areas of Africa, leopards are often found in areas with abundant impala, gazelle, and warthog. The dense shrub environment allows them to move stealthily and approach prey at close range. When operating in dense areas, leopards maintain a position close to their food source, making them easily detectable by other species from the edges of the area. From outside that range, 2 hyenas approach slowly and maintain a distance to observe the leopard's activity. They circle the carcass and wait for the right moment to move in. When the leopard leaves the carcass, the hyenas advance and take its position, forcing the leopard to retreat into the bushes to observe. When the leopard returns to approach the carcass, the hyenas detect it and move directly to intercept. The leopard cannot maintain its approach and must retreat a second time. Ultimately, the hyenas retain the carcass, and the leopard leaves the area. At the end, it's clear that hyena took advantage of the opportunity when leopard left its position in the open space. Leopard has the advantage of stealthy movement, but is at a disadvantage when facing multiple individuals in direct combat. The battle ends with hyena maintaining control of the food source, while leopard loses its original position. In sub-Saharan Africa, African buffaloes are widely distributed and often operate near water sources. Tall grasslands provide a stable food supply, while open spaces allow the herd to easily observe its surroundings. When gathered in large groups, buffaloes form a clear defensive structure. A group of hyenas maintains a distance and begins to observe the herd for extended periods. They move in a circle and try to pressure an individual to separate them from the group. As the number of hyenas increases, they approach from multiple directions to test the herd's reaction. The pressure gradually increases as the buffalo herd narrows its formation and moves the adult individuals to the outside. They advance step by step and maintain distance, forcing the hyenas to retreat after each approach. The result is that no individual is separated from the herd, and the hyenas gradually leave the area. In the final stage, the buffaloes demonstrate effectiveness through their defensive structure and synchronized response. Hyenas are capable of applying group pressure, but are limited in their ability to break up formations. The game ends with the buffaloes maintaining their formation, while hyenas fail to maintain their approach. Along the vast grasslands of the Serengeti, wildebeest are well adapted to open environments and often move near water sources, such as rivers and wetlands. They need to drink water regularly. So many herds congregate around the Mara River during the dry season. By maintaining their location near water sources, wildebeest often create high concentration areas, thereby increasing their chances of being tracked from a distance. From this surrounding area, a hyena spots a young animal and begins to approach at a steady distance. It adjusts its course and waits for the moment when the young animal is out of a safe position. As the distance shortens, the hyena accelerates its pursuit, forcing the young animal to move quickly forward. When the distance shortens to the point where the risk increases, the mother wildebeest detects the situation and moves directly toward the hyena. This appearance changes the approach, forcing the hyena to slow down and adjust its position. Ultimately, the hyena left the area, while the hatchling remained within safe boundaries. After the situation concluded, it was evident that the wildebeest was effective due to its timely response when the hatchling was in danger. The hyena was capable of detecting and approaching quickly, but was limited when faced with a direct response from an adult. The situation ended with the wildebeest securing the hatchling, while the hyena failed to maintain its approach. In the open areas of the Serengeti and Kalahari deserts, cheetahs often use termite mounds or raised mounds to observe prey from a distance. The less obstructed environment allows them to utilize their speed when hunting antelopes like springbok. When operating in this open space, cheetahs usually maintain distance from competitors to protect their food source and offspring. Near this area, a hyena appears and begins to observe as the cheetah has just brought down its prey. It maintains distance, moves slowly, and gradually approaches to build pressure. When it sees an opportunity, the hyena approaches directly, forcing the cheetah to stand between the carcass and its young. The pressure increases rapidly as the hyena continuously advances to take its position. The cheetah responds by advancing and maintaining a short distance from its opponent. The result is that the hyena retreats, while the cheetah retains its carcass and maintains its position to protect its young. The sequence of events suggests that the cheetah was able to maintain an advantage in short bursts while protecting its young and food sources. The hyena was capable of applying sustained pressure, but was limited by its inability to gain a numerical advantage. The situation concluded when the cheetah regained control and the hyena withdrew from the area. In the African savanna, zebras live in open grasslands with good visibility, allowing them to detect threats early. Many populations are concentrated in East and South Africa, often grazing in open areas and avoiding dense thickets. When moving in groups in this terrain, the herd maintains a stable formation, but weakened individuals can become vulnerable targets. Outside the herd's range, a group of hyenas maintains an observational position and adjusts their direction to the zebra's movements. They circle around to find open spaces and gradually close the distance to a single individual with limited mobility. When the distance is close enough, the hyenas approach from multiple directions and maintain pressure on the target. The pressure intensifies as the number of hyenas increases, and they approach in short bursts. The zebra cannot maintain its distance, and its ability to react diminishes. The result is that the hyenas gain control of the target, while the zebra remains in place. The The results showed that hyena was effective due to teamwork and consistent pressure. Zebra had the advantage of vigilance in open space, but was limited when an individual was weakened. The situation ended when hyena regained control, while zebra failed to maintain safe movement. Encounters in the savanna always unfold with a constant rhythm of pressure and reaction. Hyena maintain the initiative by approaching in groups, but must adjust when faced with resistance. Each situation ends with a clear distinction between control and retreat. On the African savanna, lions are often considered the apex predators, possessing formidable strength and coordination. But not every hunt ends in victory, as many other animals possess incredibly dangerous survival instincts and fighting abilities. In these confrontations, even a small mistake can force a predator to give up and retreat from the hunt. Near the edge of the grassland, the young zebra moved close to its mother while the herd constantly observed their surroundings. Zebras have a very high level of vigilance, almost always on alert for danger, and can flee very quickly when they spot predators. They also have good endurance for long runs, and their powerful kicks from their hooves can severely injure a lion. As the herd continued to move, the lion began to approach from behind. From the low grass, the lion began to stalk, and then suddenly lunged at high speed towards the young zebra. It tried to separate the foal from the herd and end the hunt before the mother zebra could turn around. But at the shortest distance, the mother zebra quickly turned, using her hind legs to kick straight at the charging lion, causing it to lose its momentum. From that moment, the hunt began to go against the lion. The lion was forced to retreat as the mother zebra continued to stand in front of her foal, maintaining a distance equal to her body length. This short gap allowed the foal to return to the herd, forcing the lion to halt its pursuit to avoid further injury. The hunt ended quickly as the lion was forced to withdraw due to the fierce resistance of the mother zebra. Near the shallow riverbank, an adult hippo stood in its familiar watering hole. Hippos are very sensitive to strangers approaching their area and usually react immediately when they feel threatened. With their powerful jaws, they can inflict serious injury on large predators. So the lions in the distance began to approach with obvious caution. From the grassy bank, the lions took turns closing in from behind to put pressure on the hippo. They tried to force the prey away from the water's edge to find an opportunity to attack at closer range. But when the distance narrowed too quickly, the hippo immediately turned, opened its large jaws, and charged straight at the approaching intruders, forcing the lions to retreat and gradually lose their advantage. A sudden counterattack broke the lion's formation and forced the entire pride to retreat to avoid being attacked at close range. When they could no longer maintain a safe position, the lions gradually abandoned the hunt and retreated from the water's edge, while the hippo slowly returned to its own watering hole. Ultimately, the hunt ended in failure as the lions were unable to maintain pressure against the overwhelming counterattack from the adult hippo. On the dry grasslands, a pack of African wild dogs moved closely together, constantly observing their surroundings. They possessed precise hunting instincts, often recognizing weak or injured prey from a great distance. With their compact bodies and high stamina, the wild dogs could change direction quickly and maintain pressure for extended periods. So the lion nearby began to take notice and stealthily approach the pack. The lioness silently stalked them, gradually advancing towards the pack of wild dogs to find an opportunity to break their formation. She suddenly accelerated and lunged, trying to force a few individuals to separate from the group before the confrontation dragged on too long. But as soon as the lion got close, the wild dogs quickly scattered to the sides and closed the circle again, forcing the lioness to constantly change direction and gradually lose the initiative. The confrontation became tense as the wild dogs continued to change positions and maintain pressure around the contested area. After several unsuccessful attempts to approach, the lion's pace slowed and the safe distance gradually narrowed. After a period of ineffective closing in, the lions were forced to leave the area, while the pack of wild dogs maintained their formation and control of the food. Under the afternoon sun, a herd of African buffalo moved slowly through the low grass, always maintaining close formation. Buffaloes have a very strong survival instinct, are often wary of danger, and have a good memory of places where predators have been present. Their thick, hard horns help adult buffaloes fight off predators effectively, so the lions must choose their approach very carefully. From the edge of the herd, the lionesses begin to stalk and look for a weak or isolated individual. They approach from multiple directions, trying to split the buffalo herd to create an opportunity to attack a single target. When the distance narrows, the lioness charges forward, while others close in from the sides to apply pressure. The buffalo herd does not flee in disarray when the attack begins. The adult buffalo lowers its head, points its horns towards the lion, and charges straight ahead to block the attack. Immediately afterward, many other buffaloes quickly turn around, forcing the lions out of their approach space and forcing them to retreat. The hunt ended in failure when the lions were unable to separate their target from the buffalo herd. For buffalo, strength comes not only from their horns or body weight, but also from the quick reflexes of the entire herd. In this confrontation, the buffalo's coordinated efforts forced the lions to halt their hunt. On the vast savanna, adult giraffes move slowly with their herd. Their long necks allow them to see kilometers away and detect unusual movement before other herbivores. As the herd becomes alert, the lion in the distance continues to observe, looking for an opportunity to approach. The lion stalks in the low grass, slowly closing the distance to the giraffe. It doesn't charge directly at the upper body, but tries to get close to the legs, where it can unbalance its prey if attacked at the right moment. When the lion accelerates and gets too close, the giraffe immediately turns, puts its strength into its hind legs, and kicks forcefully at the attacker. The kick stuns the lion and forces it to retreat from the hunt. Giraffe legs are very strong, and a well-aimed kick can seriously injure the lion or render it unable to hunt for a long time. The hunt ends in defeat for the lion, as the giraffe still has enough strength to fight back until the very end. Along the low grass near their old hunting grounds, the hyena moved slowly, constantly observing its surroundings. Hyenas have a very persistent pursuit instinct and rarely give up when faced with danger. With their very strong jaws, they can break many large bones to eat the marrow inside. So the lion in the distance began to approach more cautiously. Hidden behind the bushes, the lion silently stalked, then suddenly lunged to apply pressure at close range. It tried to use its strength to force the hyena out of position before the confrontation dragged on too long. But as soon as the distance narrowed, the hyena immediately turned, held its position, and reacted continuously, causing the lion to gradually lose its initial advantage. The fierce resistance forced the lion to slow down and begin to retreat from the hunting area. The hyena remained still, observing instead of fleeing, while the lion could no longer maintain a safe distance to continue its approach. After several unsuccessful attempts to get closer, the confrontation ended in defeat as the lion was forced to abandon the hunt against its tenacious and persistent opponent. As the light began to dim, the adult rhino slowly made its way through the low grass near the dry bushes. Rhinos have a very strong defensive instinct, especially when they feel threatened at close range. Despite their poor eyesight, they are highly sensitive to smell and sound, so any unusual movement around them can instantly alert them. Behind the grass, the lion began to stalk and approach cautiously. It didn't charge directly at the rhino, but circled around, trying to find a position on its side to try and pressure it. When the lion got too close, the rhino immediately turned, lowered its head, and pointed its more than 30-inch long horn toward the predator. The short distance left the lion with no safe position to continue its pursuit. The rhino didn't need to chase far, but maintained a defensive posture, advancing step by step to force the predator to retreat. The lion quickly abandoned the hunt, as a direct charge from an adult rhino could cause serious injury. The confrontation ended in defeat for the lion, even though the attack didn't last long. Adult rhinos possess sufficient defensive strength to deter many predators from approaching directly. In nature, timely retreat is also a way for predators to avoid unnecessary harm. Not every hunt on the savanna ends the way a lion would like. Sometimes, the instinct for survival and the coordination of the prey are enough to change the entire course of events in just a few short moments. If you enjoy authentic stories of wild nature, continue following our next journeys across the vast African landscape.